Imagine a world where every corner is ripe with untouched possibilities. This was the very first home, not built but born from nature itself. Enter the Garden of Eden, the birthplace of the world's original homesteaders, Adam and Eve. The Garden of Eden, often painted as a paradise, was more than just a beautifully designed haven. It was the cradle of humanity's first experience with cultivating the land and living sustainably. It was here that Adam and Eve, the original homesteaders, first learned to till the soil and care for the earth. In this verdant oasis, Adam and Eve were tasked with an important responsibility: to cultivate and keep the garden. This command went beyond the simple act of gardening. It was a call to stewardship, a call to care for and maintain the environment they were given. This principle of stewardship, of managing and safeguarding one's environment, is a cornerstone of modern homesteading and sustainable living. The Garden of Eden, with its rivers, lush landscapes, and the iconic trees of life and knowledge, was the archetype of a self-sustaining ecosystem. It was a place where every living thing thrived in harmony, embodying the balance between consumption and conservation that we strive for in our homesteading practices today. And even though Adam and Eve were eventually exiled from this paradise, the lessons they learned and the skills they developed in Eden didn't vanish. Instead, they became the foundation of their survival strategies outside of paradise, epitomizing human resilience and the basic skills of sustainable living. So, as we delve into the world of homesteading, we can find inspiration and guidance in the story of Adam and Eve. Their experiences in the Garden of Eden remind us of the deep-rooted responsibility we have to nurture and protect our environment, to live off the land responsibly and sustainably. While often explored through a spiritual lens, this story also unveils humanity's first lessons in homesteading and survival. We're about to uncover the roots of where it all began. Genesis chapters 1 through 3 do more than recount creation. They establish humanity's initial chores. Placed in the garden to cultivate and keep it, Adam was tasked with the stewardship of his environment, a principle that underpins modern sustainable living. Our first stewards, Adam and Eve, were not simply inhabitants of the garden but also its caretakers. They were given the responsibility to oversee the growth and well-being of their surroundings. This charge is not unlike the role of today's homesteaders, who also nurture and protect their environment. To delve deeper into this correlation, let's hear from a biblical expert. The expert shares, the command to cultivate and keep the garden wasn't just about gardening, it was about managing and safeguarding their environment. This mirrors today's sustainable practices where we balance consumption with conservation. Indeed, the stewardship entrusted to Adam and Eve encapsulates the essence of homesteading. They were not merely consumers of the garden's bounty, but also its guardians, ensuring its vitality and longevity. This ethic of care and preservation is a cornerstone of modern homesteading, where the land is seen not just as a source of sustenance but also a legacy to be safeguarded for future generations. Today, homesteaders aim to replicate this balance, living in harmony with their environment, using its resources wisely, and replenishing what they consume. This practice is a nod to the stewardship of Adam and Eve, who were the first to demonstrate this symbiotic relationship with the natural world. The story of Adam and Eve, therefore, presents a timeless lesson on sustainable living. It underscores the importance of living off the land responsibly and sustainably, of appreciating the delicate balance between taking and giving back to the earth. In conclusion, the deep-rooted responsibility that Adam and Eve had towards their environment sheds light on an essential aspect of homesteading: living off the land responsibly and sustainably. The story of Adam and Eve teaches us about the harmony between using resources and nurturing them. Their tale is a testament to the enduring value of stewardship, a reminder of our role as guardians of the earth, and an inspiration for all who seek a sustainable lifestyle. Equipped with rivers, lush landscapes, and the iconic trees of life and knowledge, Eden was the archetype of a self-sustaining ecosystem, much like what we aim for in modern homesteading. In the heart of Eden, life flourished in abundance. Every leaf, every blade of grass, every creature, they all thrived in a delicate balance, each contributing to the whole. The rivers provided hydration, the trees bore fruits, and the animals each played their part in this vast, interconnected web of life. Eden was a living, breathing testament to the harmony that can exist when everything works together. The Garden of Eden, in its idyllic splendor, was the epitome of a self-sustaining ecosystem. It was an environment where each element was in perfect balance with the others, where the cycle of life was in constant motion, and where nothing went to waste. This was a world where the very fabric of life was woven together in a delicate tapestry of interdependence and mutual sustenance. Today we look to Eden as a model for our homesteading practices. We strive to cultivate a similar balance in our own environments, to create systems that are self-sustaining, where every element has a purpose and contributes to the whole. Here's a modern-day homesteader who can share more about this. As homesteaders, we are inspired by the original gardeners, Adam and Eve. We strive to emulate their stewardship of Eden in our own practices. We aim for a balance of give and take with our environment, and we do this through permaculture, a system of agricultural and social design principles centered around simulating or directly utilizing the patterns and features observed in natural ecosystems. Just like in Eden, we respect and value all forms of life, from the smallest microorganism in the soil to the largest trees that tower above us. We strive for ethical animal care, ensuring that our livestock live in conditions that are as natural and stress-free as possible. Inspired by Adam and Eve, we adopt practices like permaculture and ethical animal care. Our goal is to create a system that sustains itself and its caretakers, echoing the self-sufficiency of Eden. Despite their eventual exile, the foundational skills Adam and Eve honed in Eden likely shaped their survival strategies outside of paradise, epitomizing human resilience and the basic skills of sustainable living. The story of Adam and Eve doesn't end with Eden's gates closing behind them. Instead, it begins a new chapter of survival, resilience, and adaptation. Their expulsion from Eden was not just a departure from paradise, it was an entry into a world that required them to put their learned skills to the test. In the garden, they had learned to cultivate and keep their environment, to balance consumption with conservation. Outside Eden, these principles transformed into a survival strategy. They had to forage for food, find shelter, and protect themselves from the elements. They became the original homesteaders, relying on their skills and the land to survive. This is not unlike the journey many modern homesteaders embark on. Leaving behind the comforts of urban living, they step into a world where self-sufficiency and sustainable practices become not just a lifestyle but a means of survival. Adam and Eve's survival outside Eden also highlights the importance of resilience. Despite being thrust into an unfamiliar world, they adapted and thrived. They took the lessons from Eden, applied them, and survived. This resilience is a fundamental aspect of homesteading. It's about facing challenges head-on, learning from them, and coming out stronger. Their story also underscores the value of preparation. They had the knowledge and skills to cultivate and keep their environment. This preparedness, coupled with their resilience, enabled them to survive outside Eden. Despite the hardships they faced, Adam and Eve's pioneering spirit never waned. They continued to live off the land, to balance consumption with conservation, and to adapt to their new surroundings. Their story is one of survival, resilience, and sustainable living. While their time in Eden ended abruptly, the pioneering spirit of Adam and Eve continues to inspire modern homesteaders and preppers worldwide. Their story serves as a reminder that we too can cultivate our own Eden, no matter where we are. Whether you're nurturing a small backyard garden or managing a sprawling homestead, remember the lessons from the very first gardeners. The story of Adam and Eve, our earliest ancestors, provides more than just a spiritual narrative. It offers profound lessons in stewardship, sustainability, and survival. From their time in the Garden of Eden, we learn about the importance of respecting and maintaining the natural world around us. Drawing from this ancient tale, we're reminded that every seed we plant, every animal we raise, and every resource we use brings us closer to the harmonious balance that once existed in Eden. Yet it's crucial to remember that the journey back to Eden isn't about recreating a lost paradise. Instead, it's about embodying the principles that made Eden a self-sustaining ecosystem. It's about cultivating a lifestyle that respects the delicate balance between consumption and conservation, mirroring the stewardship entrusted to Adam and Eve. As you embark on this journey, remember that every step you take towards sustainable living, no matter how small, is a step towards a better future. Whether you're planting a fruit tree, setting up a rainwater harvesting system, or composting your kitchen waste, you're contributing to a more sustainable world. But this journey isn't just about you. It's about inspiring others to do the same. Share your experiences, your successes, and your challenges. Encourage others to join you on this path back to Eden. Together, we can create a world that respects and nurtures its natural resources, just as Adam and Eve once did in the Garden of Eden. Start your journey back to Eden today, plant a seed, prepare wisely, and join us in nurturing a sustainable future. Homesteading is more than a lifestyle. It's a commitment to a better, more sustainable world for ourselves and for future generations. So, let's take a leaf from the book of Genesis. Let's cultivate, keep, and cherish our own corners of the earth, just as our earliest ancestors did in the very first garden. Don't forget to subscribe and share your gardening stories in the comments below.